So on April 15th, I was at work and some other lady came in, and I work with a bunch of old ladies in the kitchen a lot of times. Sometimes I work up front at the gas station. But anyway, these old ladies were talking about this story about April the giraffe. And I've never heard of this story, but I guess it's been a popular news story that's been ongoing. They've been following it since around February, they said. And they told me that the giraffe's name was April, and she just had her baby giraffe in the month of April. And, you know, I don't talk to these ladies about this stuff, but just think about that before you even get into numbers. April the giraffe has her baby giraffe in April. I mean, of all the months, April the giraffe can have her baby giraffe. She has it in the month of April. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You see stories like this all the time in the media. Seems like the average person just either doesn't care or they absolutely don't even notice that it's some funny connection, you know? And if you learn gematria, you learn even further why April had her baby giraffe on the day that she had it and also in the month that she had it, because the day that she had her giraffe was April 15th of 2017, a date numerology of 56. It was also in the month of April. April equals 56 in gematria. And of course, when I typed in giraffe, giraffe equals 56 in reverse gematria, something that we have been talking about being significant, at least to this year. You know, it was all about flipping the script and everything else. So we got April equals 56, giraffe equals 56. The date numerology she had the giraffe was on a date numerology of 56. What a fitting day to have a giraffe calf. Giraffe calf equals 56. Another word that I just found interesting that equals 56 in regards to giraffes and zoos and everything else, the word zoo equals 56. They also called it a baby giraffe in one of the articles. Baby giraffe equals 55. And a long time ago, I talked about if you read out the word 56, it equals 55. So I wrote that in there. And there's also this story of this giraffe mother that is completely connected to it, and I'm going to get to that next. But let's just keep looking through what I wrote here. She had so April the giraffe has her fourth calf in the fourth month, which, interesting, that's a number that you see 44 a lot around death. And when I start talking about this other post, I'll show you why that's significant. This lady here, the Giraffe Mom, some lady who supposedly was pregnant along the way with April the giraffe, and she got on the internet and wore a giraffe mask and documented her pregnancy. It was also her fourth child. So interesting, it was both their fourth children or whatever. Also, a giraffe's normally pregnant for 15 months. April was 15 years old. I'll show why that's significant when I get to the next post as well. It also said that April the giraffe first tweeted on January 25th about the pregnancy. And if you go from January 25th to the day that she had this giraffe calf, it is 80 days. And the giraffe is at Animal Adventure Park that equals 80. The date numerology of the very first tweet of the giraffe, 1 plus 25 plus 17 is 43. Giraffe, the small way in gematria, equals 43. April, the small way in reduced, equals 43. So there's some overlap in regards to reverse and the forward. Giraffe and April equal the same things in the opposite forms of gematria. The word 80 also equals 43 in reverse. So 80 days after her first tweet, and 80 equals 43, just like giraffe, just like April, just like the date numerology of the first tweet. Also, this giraffe was supposedly sponsored by Toys R Us, and Toys R Us in reverse reduced gematria equals 43. I also thought it was interesting, if you just write April the giraffe In satanic gematria, April the giraffe equals 666, right? Think about that in regards to satanic gematria. April the giraffe equals 666. So anyway, a few days later, we got this story. April the giraffe meets fellow internet sensation Giraffe Mom. And like I said, it's this mom who was pregnant, and she documented her pregnancy along with April the giraffe, and then wore this giraffe mask and all that. And she got to go meet April the giraffe after April the giraffe had her kid. And the very first thing I thought was super interesting is they talk about this lady, Erin Dietrich, I think is her name. And she had her kid in March, on March 8th. March 8th, born March 8th. Well, that's super interesting because the word giraffe in reduced reverse equals 38. And then her son Porter was born on March 8th, a lot like 38. Giraffe in, like I said, giraffe in reduced equals 38. Her son was born on 3/8. His name was Porter. Porter in regular reduced equals 38. And he was born 38 days before April the giraffe's baby was born. So he was born on 3/8, 38 days before April the giraffe's baby. His name equals 38. Giraffe equals 38. They were both the fourth children. The word fourth, if you write it out, it equals 29 in reduced reverse. April equals 29 in reduced reverse. With the H exception, fourth also equals 38. In the article up here, it also talked about how that a lot of people want April the giraffe's baby giraffe to be named Porter after this lady's kid, who she named Porter. And I just wrote out Porter the giraffe. That equals 177. And Giraffe Mom equals 177 in reverse. So just kind of interesting. Also, the human baby's name, Porter Dietrich, equals the same as April the giraffe in reduced and in reduced reverse. And what I thought was interesting is that they both equal 129, and April the giraffe's baby calf supposedly weighed 129 pounds. And there's a whole lot of death type numbers. 129 pounds is also 59 kilograms. The 129th day is 5/9. The word kill equals 59 in Jewish gematria. It was also the fourth month and the fourth baby giraffe, like a 44. Kill equals 44 in simple gematria. Giraffe calf equals 144 in Jewish gematria. If you write out 44, it equals 144. The word death equals 38, a number that's connected to this story as well. So I just kind of noticed some of them things. Also, giraffes, April the giraffe was 15 years old, and giraffes are normally pregnant for 15 months. 15 equals 38 in gematria. But she was actually 16 months pregnant, which is interesting because if you write out 16 months, it also equals 59. Another connection to a kill or death type number. So who really knows? These numbers can mean other things, but a lot of times when you see stories in the media, that's what they're connected to. But not always. So in regards to April the giraffe being pregnant for 16 months, the Giraffe Mom, who had the human baby, she supposedly bought a giraffe mask that cost $16. And if you read out $16, it equals 177, just like Giraffe Mom. So she's the lady who bought the $16 mask that equals 177, just like her name, or what they're calling her in this article. I also noticed that they made sure to let us know that April the giraffe was a reticulated giraffe. And when I looked up reticulated giraffe, they say that it is also known as Somali giraffe, like a Somalian giraffe. And right around the same time that we got this story, we got the story of the Black Hawk helicopter crashing on the golf course. And they love to do this. They interrelate media stories. And I mean, I'm just throwing this out there that possibly later on down the road, we're going to find out how it's connected. But we had the story of the U.S. military sending the most troops to Somalia since the Somalian Civil War, or the Black Hawk Down incident, the Battle of Mogadishu. And then the very next day or 2 days later, we got the story of a Black Hawk helicopter crashing into a golf course. And the reason that I think that it's possibly connected, not only is because this is a reticulated giraffe called a Somali giraffe, but giraffe calf equals 223, Black Hawk Down equals 223, the golf course that it crashed into, Britain Bay Golf Course, equals 223. I mean, and Masonic equals 223. The Synagogue of Satan equals 223. It's a very important number to these people who create and understand the system of the media being coded. Also, Mogadishu equals 43 in the reduced and 56 in reverse reduced, and giraffe equals 43 in reduced and 56 in reverse reduced. So, you know, there's a relationship between these two stories. What exactly it is, I don't know yet, but just wanted to point it out. Possibly we'll get some more stories in regards to giraffes or Somalia, you know, in the future, and it'll come back to this story, and this story will help us have a better understanding of what the plans are. But anyway, we'll leave it at that. I just wanted to make a short video talking about this story that the old ladies at work were talking about. Wanted to show how it's coded by the numbers. I mean, I don't know how many times I've documented stories like this. Anyway, peace.